Hello gamers, and welcome back to some more WARNO on my channel. Let's take a look at the 7th Panzerdivision of the new DAVOUT update. It's the GDR tank division. You get very limited logistics activation points, also limited infantry, also limited options. Artillery also limited, but 2 cheap slots plus a third one, that's okay. Lots of tank slots. Recon is a bit limited. AA, okay-ish. Helicopters, very limited with regards to slots as well. And air, quite decent in particular in comparison to the 5th Panzer of the Federal Republic of Germany. So let's take a look here. We start with your munitions vehicle, and it's one of the options. It's armored, 500 supply, and then the other one is 1750 supply, 55 points, unarmored. It's basically your truck. You get all those nice emblems and stuff and designations. It's a very beautiful game. Then you get your commanders. You get this armored command unit for 100 points. You do get a BMP. Could be an interesting option because you got a ground-to-ground missile. And yeah, you get 3. This is also new. It shows you the availability. And then you get this also armored vehicle, so you don't actually get a Jeep or something like that as a command vehicle, but you get a super fast armored vehicle, so that's actually pretty cool. Infantry, you get the UAZ with a tank gun. Penetration is 14. I think you get 12 of them. And if you get side shots on tanks, you pretty much destroy every tank if you side shot it. So, and the range is really good. It's more range than you get with a Panzerfaust or some, which are usually like 530 or 740, I think. Here you get your Panzerjäger. Yeah, they get 2 anti-rocket launchers, 20 penetration, so you can even frontally assault lots of tanks. Yeah, with a 62% chance with veterancy. They come in different vehicles. They come in the BMP, which has an anti-tank gun for 25 points. They come in the BMP with a Malyutka rocket, ground-to-ground, 17 penetration, and also a tank gun, really powerful. Those Soviet or Warsaw-packed transport vehicles are incredibly powerful in my opinion, and cheap, because they kill tanks. You don't need a tank to kill a tank, you need a BMP. Then you get the BTR 50 PK. This is just a medium machine gun. I'd always go for something better, I think. Then you get an SPW 70 with machine guns, 20 points, and then you just get your truck, which is also 15 points. It's obviously faster than this one and has better optics, but still not sure why you would go for this one. And you get your Pioneer Führer. The Pioneer Führer has an anti-rocket launcher with 705 meter and range and 18 penetration. Can come in an SPW 70 or in an unarmored, well, even this is armored with a medium machine gun for just 10 points. And here you get a UAZ 469. It looks as if it has something on here like an anti-tank weapon, but it does not. So they possibly still need to change the model. Obviously everything is work in progress, it's early access. You get your Pioneer with satchel charges. I think they're currently not that powerful, in particular compared to Steel Division 2. Again, SPW 70 with machine guns, less machine guns or a truck, so no AT options here. Then you get the Flamm Pioneer, and they actually have flamethrowers with 530 meter range. They need to stand still to use it. Yeah. SPW-70, MT LB, and again a truck. Then you get motorized Schützenführer. Can come in a BMP with the anti-tank gun. It can also come in the one with the rocket on top of it. It can come with a medium machine gun or in a truck. Then you get your motorized Schützen BTR, and they can only come with machine guns. And then you get motorized Schützen, and they again can come in the BMP. And I think the BMP2 is super powerful at the moment. I played a few matches against Flix. He played the 39th, and the BMP is, if you get a couple of them, they're deadly. They're really, really good, and the range is fantastic because it outranges most tanks. So, and if you have 3 of them, and then 1 or 2 of the rockets will hit. Artillery, you get the 2S1 Grosdika. It's a howitzer and has an AT, can be used in an AT role as well with heat shells. So 9 penetration, okay-ish range, can defend itself, quite interesting. Then we get the 2S3M, yet again dual role howitzer and tank gun. It does have the better penetration. It's still not great, but against BMPs and the likes, for sure enough. Range is the same. And it has a machine gun on top, and it has slightly better armor, frontal armor. It's significantly more expensive and worse availability, and slower. Yeah, so ammunition. It's got more fuel though. Yeah, supply costs are a bit lower as well, and obviously the gun is a bit stronger. Still, I think this is possibly the spammier unit, the cheaper one, quite a bit cheaper actually. Then you get a rocket launcher, multiple rocket launcher for just 260 points, and it deals HE damage. Decent range of 17.6 kilometers. Pretty cool. Tank tab. You get a rather cheap leader tank, that is pretty cool, with 14 penetration. Then you get Kampfpanzer T55. This is like your main cheap battle tank, 14 penetration, only 7 front armor. It's a bit like the Kanonenpanzer. And you get a flame tank. So on top of the tank gun, he's got a flame weapon, which is nice in cities, I think. Only 50 points. Then you get a second leader option here. Command unit Kampfpanzer T55 AM2. So, which is supposed to be like an improved version with better armor. Gun is the same. So the difference being the better armor. And it's a bit weird because I think this is too cheap. It's only 70 points. I mean, availability is worse. You only get 1 of them. But I think 70 points for a leader unit is possibly the cheapest leader you can get. And then you get the normal Kampfpanzer version without the command trait, and then you get the AM2B instead of just AM2. And the difference being you get a ground-to-ground missile. So that's actually pretty nice. I think this could be a very interesting spammy tank. You also get ground-to-ground missiles on the concourse for just 80 points and with a really good availability. Then you have a Kampfpanzer T-75, 18 penetration, 11 front armor is obviously not great. T-72 command unit with 18 penetration, again only 12 front armor. Also the Kampfpanzer T-72 here in two variants. Difference being the armor has, the armor is it's not very good. So, but you can spam them here, and that's actually the Warsaw Pact tank doctrine. You know, you have like, I just watched a documentary, they use like 12 cheapish tanks and they calculate, well, 3-4 maybe get destroyed, but we will kill those 4 Leopards. One-on-one they all lose, but yeah, it's the numbers. And they are built for that purpose. Here in the Recon tab you get the Recon vehicle. It's only a heavy machine gun, so not that great. Availability is good though, and you get one with a tank gun as well. Less availability, but still possibly the better option. You get an Aufklärer in the UAZ with AT rockets, 4-man squad. Or you get the heavy one, and they can actually come in a helicopter. So if you can change the vehicle, I thought it's a bug, and maybe it is, but possibly not. It's because this is pinned. So unpin it and then you can change it again. And this is actually pretty cool because it's got air-to-ground rockets. So I think this is something you might want to have in your deck. Double vetted, incredible accuracy. I think that's pretty cool. And then you have Spezialaufklärer, very beefy with 9 guys, AT rockets. They also have AT rockets. And yeah, you can really do helo spam with these, or go behind enemy lines. I think that's quite nice. Then here you get the Flakstrela, which is obviously not that great. That's what Germany just wanted to deliver to Ukraine and only delivered 500 instead of 2,500, I think. Then you get the Shilka, which is radar based. And then you get surface to air rockets as well. Shooting attributes, rate of fire 8, HE damage 9. This value is greatly reduced by armor. Yeah, but planes are not armored, so you can maybe one-shot planes. But accuracy ain't great. And then you get the Strela vehicles here with much better accuracy. Also an interesting option. Shilka accuracy ain't that great, but it shoots quickly. Helicopters, you get 2 slots only. One of them is cheap though. You get the Mi-8 TV rocket. 90 points, poor quality. You get 2 of them with veterancy. And this is the improved version. So let's see what the difference actually is. What is the difference? Supply costs are higher. Yeah, you get double the amount of rockets, basically. As you can see here as well, the rocket pods. Then here you can get some Rambo feelings, Gatling gun, air-to-ground missiles, and air-to-ground rockets. 16 penetration, obviously, this is good. This is only against infantry, but this is against tanks as well. It's also against infantry, it's against like everything, also helicopters. So this is a great unit. You only get 1 helicopter though. And that's something I don't really understand. You get 3 cards, but you can only put in 2. You only have 2 slots. Don't know why that is. Then you get another AT plane, different variant. Difference being it's got an autocannon, which is better, also with more penetration and better range, and you get a ground-to-ground missile. It's actually the same price. So, to be honest, currently I don't see a point why you would want to go for the 24D as opposed to the 24P. It's overall it's got less air-to-ground rockets, so maybe that's a reason. If you want to fight more against infantry, possibly. Aiming time, rate of fire, accuracy for the autocannon is also worse. I mean, there are some smaller differences, but I think 19 penetration is seals the deal for this one. In the air tab you get quite a few activation slots. You get a cheap MiG with unguided bombs and a Gatling, which you can use against any type of aircraft and also ground targets. It has good optics and very good agility. In the trained version already, you can even beef it up and lose only you lose 2 cards, 2 availability. And you got a rocket MiG. Again, you can shoot at everything. Speed is great with those MiGs, which is helpful because if you call them in and your enemy calls in his planes to counter you, they take some time to arrive on the battlefield, and if the faster you are, the faster you get away. So you can get you can drop whatever you've got on the enemy and get away before the enemy plane even arrives. Here you get an AA plane, only 85 points, super fast, air-to-air missiles. I think it's fire and forget, right? Yeah, it's fire and forget, so pretty cool. 4 damage. 40% accuracy. You might want to upvet it to 50% accuracy, but in motion the enemy target, unless it's a helicopter, will be in motion, so you only have 40% accuracy, and it doesn't change. Accuracy only changes against static targets, so considering that you possibly want to take out planes, there's no need to up that really, unless you want to go for the very good to its exceptional agility to better turn it. You have an HE variant with heavy bombs, unguided 6 500 kg bombs. Then there's another AT variant, air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles and Gatling, so this is really interesting, and 30 penetration. You get 2 of them, which is amazing, and 50% accuracy against static and targets in motion. Against static it goes up. So this also means if you are being attacked by planes, try to move your units, your tanks or whatever, and it will greatly reduce the accuracy of the planes. And then you've got the Zu-22 with air-to-air missiles and unguided bombs, 175 points already, and that's the first plane with 30% ECM, but it's already in the 39th, so it's not new. This one actually is also in the 39th. The others are all new. This one is a new loadout as well, with cluster bombs, 9 penetration, but bear in mind that they possibly hit from the sides as well and from the top, so you can take out tanks with higher front armor. You don't necessarily need to strafe them from the side or attack from the side. But maybe that's always a good idea in order to not get over the enemy AA. And then here we've got Napalm. Slightly reduced speed with the SUs in comparison to the MiGs. Here you get an anti-tank plane with 30 penetration again, so really good. Exceptional agility already trained, and you get 4 And then here we go with a Zerd. So that's good against the Drowland. So you might want to get that. Okay, very interesting deck. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.